Level 77, a convenient distraction. Thancred is tired of waiting around. I'd say we're long overdue for a good turn. I can only hope the gods feel the same way. Now, Nuvi's leavings was to the south, was it? Let's get going. No. Great, Thancred. The way you described it, I was expecting the place to be abandoned. Perhaps our fortunes are finally improving, though we should probably hear what Guthjon has to say before we celebrate, assuming we can find him, that is. Aye. Our man. Who are you, and what are you doing in here? Well, you should have listened to Thaf. You're wasting your time. This site is not as developed as the others, is it not? Surely there must be something left. I should explain, the stone you're looking for is a leonine. All the Talos in the Hills of Amber are powered using them. Or were, at least. Anyway, whatever's left, if anything, is too far below to be safely excavated. The deepest reaches of the mine we use Talos to keep the pathways from collapsing. They're still there, but they could give out at any time, which is why much of the mine is closed off. And our only option is to search the higher levels for any fragments of leonine that may have been overlooked. I suppose there may be one other way. Well, don't leave us in suspense. What are you asking for as a trade secret? I'll need to be duly compensated in exchange. Fine, what do you want? The other day I found a Vobert gold piece down in the mines, a bloody Vobert gold piece, and wouldn't you know it, I dropped the damn thing somewhere while I was working. Find it and I'll tell you what you want to know. You drive a hard bargain, sir, but we'll take it. Seems we have our work cut out for us, Zilly. Thankfully, I have an idea for how we might hurry things along. I'm sure you've noticed, despite their best efforts to illuminate the corridors, it's rather dark in here, meaning it will be that much harder to find a single coin hiding in the shadows. So I propose we use these sun drops. They help I take in more light. Why don't you start your search further in and I'll handle this area. I'll retrace your steps after in case you happen to miss it. Feel the drop's effects wearing off, I can give you more, so don't worry. Oh, with the echo. You search the shadows but find nothing. Perhaps the gold piece lies elsewhere. Dark shadow. Search the shadows, a glint catches your eye. You turn over a rock and find the Vobert gold piece. Faster than who's him? I was hoping he dropped the gold piece somewhere closer to the entrance. More fool me for thinking Lady Luck was on our side. Maybe she is. Yours at least. In the end, my contribution was little more than poor company. Well, I couldn't have done it without your sun drops. Come now, Thancred, you were far more prepared for this task than I. No more than usual, I assure you. I only managed to survive the Kurthan wilderness in the Imperial capital by virtue of extensive preparation, a habit of mine since childhood. One of my few positive traits which endeared me to Louis Sois, I imagine. Hasn't been easy finding ways to compensate for my condition. Every tool and trinket has proven vital to my continued success, such as it is. Oh yes, it's like a magic thing. Had I chosen to pursue the arcane arts rather than espionage, well, I'd rather not think on it. So long as I have the means to protect those dear to me and to see my duties through, that's all that matters. Let's hurry and see that return to Guthjon. The sooner we get back to Urianger and Minfilia, the better. You're back. Wait, does that mean... I'll be damned, you actually found it. Well, a deal's a deal, but don't think this means you'll find what you're after. Convenient distraction. 77 Level 77, a dirty job. Luckily for you, Guthjon is a man of his word. To be honest, I wasn't sure you could pull it off. But you did it. I'm a man of my word. Come with me. Old hermit in the mine. Every time I step out of those mines, the sky seems to get brighter. I'd never leave them if the air weren't so stale. But you're not come to hear my grievances. You're after Leonine. First, I have to ask, you ever heard of rockworms? Rockworms. I know them by another name, though I'm fairly certain the locals call them knockers. Aye, that they do. Whatever you want to call them, those little bastards may be the answer to your troubles. They can fit through cracks and crevices down where we could never hope to reach. On occasion, they come back with something valuable. They dig up Leonine in the mines? It's a rare occurrence, but yes, that said, it usually amounts to no more than a few flakes. Well, our only other option sounds tantamount to suicide, so how can we draw out these rockworms? Over by that shack, you'll find a bag full of smoke bombs. Set off a few in the mines and you'll flush them out in no time. Once they're out in the open, knock them senseless and check their backs. Warn you, this method of mining, if you can even call it that, is used as a last resort on account of what little they're like to bring back. You'll want to cover as much ground as you can if you hope to find anything of value. Assuming you do find something, bring it here and I'll have a look. We should split up if we're to cover more ground as he suggests. If you can cover these 3 areas on your map, I'll see to the parts between them. Poke them out. Got worms. But they'd come out and I'd have to fight them or something. A worm. Power these damn column fellows. Searching rocks for worms. The air in the mines grows thick with smoke. Nearby you hear the soft rumbling of stones. Uh-oh. Darien. Oh, they're like goblins. Oh, here it's. Get to murder stuff, right? On to after. There you are. Find anything promising? Between the two of you, I'd say you've got quite the haul. Best get comfortable, friends. It's going to take time for me to sift through all this.
You may not remember this about Armenfilia, but prior to founding the Path of the 12, long before the Scions, she was something of a miner. After her father died, Flamine took her in and taught her the trade. I think they were both seeking to fill the void left by a loved one. Maybe that's why she took to it so readily. Back in those days, I spent most of my time in the Quicksand, or some other tavern, loosening tongues and gathering secrets. Occasionally, I'd catch a glimpse of her in the street, on her way home after another hard day's work. I always felt a wave of relief when I saw she'd come back safe, along with a pang of guilt at the fact I wasn't there to support her as I should have been. Simply speaking with her more than once in a blue moon would have been a good start, but I could never bring myself to do it. Instead, I threw myself into my work, became every drunkard's best friend.
Can't imagine she thought too highly of you back then. Not your finest hour, to say the least.
Far from it, and Flamine has never let me live it down. But that was a lifetime ago. Here and now I have another chance to do things right, and I will not squander it again.
Hey! Come and see what I found! You're not going to believe this.
tell me it's leonine.
It is at that. You lot were born lucky. It's mostly broken pieces. But look at this.
This is a rather fine specimen.
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all. There's an engraving on it.
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out. To my beloved Magnus and Schoolie.
Yes! Do you see? It was a gift to Magnus from his wife. She found it. She really found it. She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone, in the hope that he might see it one day. Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her. It's fate that brought you here to find this stone. No other explanation. It makes me wonder what else might still be buried in these parts.
Magnus. Dirty job, level 7. I guess which one on the market. 77. Have a heart. Gut John is still reeling from your miraculous find. I wouldn't believe it had I not seen it for myself. Before you set it in the Talos, would you take it to Magnus? For 3 long years he believed she died for nothing. He must know the truth, that her sacrifice was not in vain. I'll take it straight to him. You have my word. Thank you, Gut John, for all your help. Right then, let's not keep everyone waiting. We have a surprise for you. What? Oh, it's you. Come to complain about the trolley. You'll find no sympathy from me. I told you before it won't run and you wouldn't listen. Oh, but it will, now that we have this. Your name is engraved on it, along with your son's. It was a gift from your wife, Magnus. Agna. No, no, she couldn't have. Agna. Take it. Do with it what you will. Are you certain? It would delay our plans, but... I said take it. It was you who found it, and you who needs it. Looking at that stone, all I can see is... Please, just leave me be. Hope you'll be there when the Talos stirs to life. I'm sure she'd want you to see it. Would you do the honors of delivering this to Urianger? At your rocks. Thou art returned, and with Leonine, it would seem. As promised, Talos had been made ready to receive its heart, thanks in no small part to Jarek, Bath, and Menthelia. At last we shall return time to the timeless, this sentinel of stone, that we may press on towards Nabaath Areng. Very good. Now, let us begin.
Preparations for the enchantment are complete. When the heart hath been suffused with a sufficient quantity of ether, the golem should be restored to life.
All right then. Whenever you're ready. It's working! It's working! Magnus!
You left me for this? This wretched heap of stone and rubble? This worthless pile of earth? And yet, I can't. I can't.
What troubleth thee, child?
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be. I don't deserve any of the things you've done for me. I'm just a burden, helpless and hopeless. If tomorrow came and I was gone, it would be better for everyone. Thancred most of all. He'll never admit it, but I can see it in his eyes. I wish he'd just say it. Just say that he hates me, that he wishes I was dead so that she could return.
None of this is thy doing, child. 'Twas I who set the oracle on her path unto the first. I who condemned you all to suffer these torments. 'Tis my sin alone, and one that will haunt me unto my dying day. Yet I dare not dwell over long on my many regrets, for the world is a tapestry of fates, interwoven and inseparable. And we who strive to better it cannot choose but make difficult decisions. For naught of worth was ever achieved without sacrifice. And thus must man ever struggle to weigh life against loss. The one for whom thou mournest beareth no grudge. Were she here, she would not suffer thee to languish in sorrow. She would tell thee to seek thine own path, thine own purpose. It is a truth which I myself was slow to learn. Yet a truth it remaineth. Thou needst but have faith, and all will be well.
For her, or have you no words for her?
Not today.
Meanwhile, in the Crystarium,
To what do I owe the pleasure that is your extended stay?
Oh, to the tediousness of our hero's present endeavors. That and the insufferable abundance of light in Areng. I should be glad to keep my distance. Oh, I'm rather fond of sleep, you know. It's a wonderful way to pass the time. Not that my compeers would agree, mind you. Always on the move, the lot of them. Like La Hebrea, constantly jumping from vessel to vessel. Such fire, such determination. So much passion, fleeting and forgotten. Come to think of it, Exarch, I don't believe I've ever seen you retire to your chambers for so much as 40 winks. However do you keep your eyes from closing? The cold shoulder. You wound me, sir.
he's great.
Always so guarded in our every interaction. Interactions you curiously refrain from sharing with the Scions and their champion.
And risk souring your budding relationship? I think not. Much as I dislike you, there are more useful targets for her energies. And I am not in the habit of pointing her at my enemies like a weapon.
Is that right? Fond of her, are you? You continue to fascinate me, Exarch. But tell me, who are you? The once great nation whose ingenuity gave birth to this tower was shaped by my hand. As such, I know full well the wonders it can facilitate and those it cannot. There is nothing in these walls which could have aided you in summoning our dear friend across time and space. Much less in possession of her mortal flesh. Not even I could have performed such a feat.
I see. You had a hand in Alag as well. You would know what I am? I am the adjudicator of the sacred history with which you dared trifle. I am keeper of this tower's boundless wisdom, The wisdom of ages without age, of everywhere and nowhere. The great work of those who tamed the wings of time and grasped the nature of the rift. 'Tis a boon born of the sacrifice of brave heroes who gave their lives for a brighter future. I will not see their hopes and dreams squandered. The history which led us here will be unwritten. I promise you that.
Well, it seems we're both eager to fulfill our duties then.
On that much, we are in agreement.
Got more information, but it didn't really answer any questions. Hey. My apologies for the delay. Venfilia and I had a private matter to discuss. Which bringeth me to the question, how didst thou find Thancred during your search? Spoke of Menphilia, of his own accord, I see. 'Tis well that he did, and with such candor. I attempted to broach the subject before. Mine intention was to ensure no words remained unspoken between them, lest tragedy intercede, a regret I myself know all too well. Alas, in the end he refused to heed my counsel. Time will come when they must face the reality of their circumstances, but I have faith that all will be well in time. Now let us not tarry any longer. The Talos and the Nabaath Areng await. Level 77. Have a heart. Then my next quest then. Magnus, okay. Level 77, full steam ahead. Magnus is grinning from ear to ear. Been years since I've seen a Talos in such fine shape. Would that Agna was here to see it, or our son. I was ready to let her dreams die down there in the mines, even after you'd found the Leonine. I refused to believe it could work. Gods, what a fool I was. But I tell you now, I'm going to take good care of this Talos, for both their sakes. On behalf of my family and all the miners of Twine, thank you. Well, enough chitter-chatter. Let's get you lot to Nabaath Areng, eh? Everything seems to be in order. I take it the Talos' presence resolves the issue of the gate? Oh that, yes. Designed to open at the Talos' approach. Then we can finally go to Nabaath Areng. Certainly can. All that remains is a final check of the control box over at the mines. You hear that, boys? Get that Talos over to the mines and keep a close eye on it around the curves, understood? Yes, sir. Let us repair to the mines, then. Before we go, while you were away with Zilly, I prepared an extra set of cartridges for you. And this one, it's the practice cartridge you gave me. I know I should have thrown it away ages ago, but I've been adding a little extra to it every day. After so many charges, I'm honestly not sure what it will do, but I wanted you to have it for luck. And Velia, we should hurry. Magnus and the others are probably wondering where we are. Here. Follow the track, huh? So this is it. We're finally going to Nabaath Areng. Thought long and hard about what to say to her, to the real Menthelia. Hoped when the time came I would know, but with every step we take I feel more uncertain. That's no reason to give up, though, not when so much is at stake. Thank you, all of you, for helping me to get here. Now let's not keep Magnus waiting. There you are, so what do you think? Little primitive looking, I'll admit, but Daedalus Stoneworks has always favored a simple, intuitive design, and that philosophy has served us well enough. Much of the trolley network uses single tracks, making it easy for Talos to navigate them as needed. Plotting a route is so simple, even we can do it. Makes for fewer accidents in transit. Speaking of which, are you ready to board? Duty calls. Commence battle for full steam ahead. Level sync is in effect. If you are above the maximum allowed level, it will be synced as follows. Level 77 per... Alright then, watch your step.
Areng?
Thou must needs carry on without me. The path to Nabaath Areng lieth open. Whilst thou travellest thither to the south, I would apprise Mistress Alize and the others of our progress. As circumstances permit, I will thereafter rejoin the hunt for the remaining Light Wardens.
Magnus, will the gate close immediately after the trolley passes through?
No, it will stay open until someone closes it manually. Built that way to prevent any untimely accidents.
Then you and the others can meet us in Nabaath Areng, after giving the Ilmorans the slip.
Areng. Thank you for everything.
Remember, thou needst but have faith.
If you finished with your goodbyes, I suggest you grab hold of something. Be a shame if you took a tumble. The tracks beyond the gate aren't in the best of shape, so the trolley can only go as far as Malik. Godspeed!
must be the gate. Well, so far so good. Wait, is that Ranjit?
Guess we made it through the gate. How'd he get through the gate? Oh, they have airships. Yeah.
You're a stubborn old swine, aren't you?
One who has mastered Gukumots fears not the blackest pit or the fieriest hell. Your deeds in the East did not go unnoticed. Long have I lain in wait, and sure enough, you did not disappoint. Had you only sworn fealty to Lord Vorthri, you'd have no cause to skulk about like frightened animals. You will remain as you are, while I dispatch these villains.
No, I won't. I won't let you.
You forget to whom you speak. Who armed you, trained you, fought and killed 1,000 sin-eaters with you? And when you were inevitably cut down and lay lifeless in my arms, who sought out your successor to carry on the futile struggle again and again? We seek to bring peace to what is left of this shattered land, while these mad fools would only bring further chaos down upon us. Do not be deceived, child. Only by Lord Vorthri's hand will this dying world know a sliver of salvation.
I don't know about the world, but I never asked to be saved. However much it hurts, and however hard it gets. It's my life, and I want to live it on my own terms! And those mad fools you want me to abandon, the ones I've traveled with, fought with, and may one day die with, they feel the same. So no, I will not be deceived, no matter what you say. I refuse to believe it's all for nothing. They're everything to me. All I have, and all I need. And I would gladly do anything for them. Let us pass, or kill me. I'm not leaving here without them.
How dare you! Very well. If you would cast your lot with villains, then you shall share their fate.
I heard what you said, and I'm sorry for all the things I've left unspoken. You have to go, now!
Thancred, no!
Go! Do what you came here to do. I'll not have you waste that newfound resolve on me. I leave her in your hands. Hurry!
Not another step. Your fight is with me. You think yourself her protector? As if a whelp like you could be a better father to her than me.
Oh, do I have to play as Thancred? Yeah, I forgot that you play as other characters.
Come on!
I think if I'm kiting around him, I can avoid some of the autos. Got pretty good range.
This is going well.
Vanity!
Okay.
Beast of my blood, answer my call!
Let's see.
Rend my foes and ward their blows!
Be a Reaper.
When will you learn? Die!
Okay, what the hell? Can't target this. Can't target him anymore. Hey, Ranjit, you perfect. Okay, if I use it. Okay. Him down.
Not good.
Can't attack. I'd be like right next to it. Okay. Put your time for a chance. Have another shot. To be the doctor.
And you presume to be her protector? Pathetic!
Gotta do this again. That one.
No quarter!
Oh, it's enormous. How many times am I gonna have to do?
Why do you persist in this folly?
Is that all?
One more cartridge.
Fall! Fools to a man! Fall!
Where I am. Oh, it's part of the story. Okay. Supposed to know where I am. Got me that time. All right. There's on. survive this ocean. Far away. Get him. That it? Okay. If I get... Okay, well, that was pretty neat. A little long, but very story driven.
You would have her suffer and die. I would spare her that fate.
Keep her in
That is
prison?
not for you or anyone else to decide ever again. Not a single day goes by that I don't think about all that you have given me. Countless memories and moments I took for granted. Gods, you grew up so fast. But you had to, didn't you? For those you had lost. For those you could yet save. A world teetering on the very brink of oblivion, for which you gave your everything, without hesitation. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. Then and now. One last time, with a little help. I'm so proud to have been a part of your life. Oh, Minfilia.
That was a lot. This is the place, Zilly. This is where she stopped the flood. Last time I was here, when I felt her presence overwhelming me, I tried to pretend it wasn't happening, to just turn away. But I can't turn away now, not this time. For Thancred and the others, I have to face her. Level 77, full steam ahead. the event that you leave the area, speak with the apprentice engineer at Twine and Amarang to return to Nabaath Areng.